So this is a roadmap of everything that we're going to do in the course. What we will do through these 2 terms that we are going to be together. And the first thing that we're going to see is this big theme of literacies. It will be the introduction to the course. We will know what the term multiliteracies is. We will talk about critical literacy and digital literacy. And these weeks from 1 to 3 is the ones that are going to prepare you for what's coming ahead for all those assignments and all these other topics. So the other big theme is going to be designing for inclusion. And this is the part about planning. How do we plan our learning experiences considering the knowledge processes of multiliteracies? And through this second part of the course, you will be delivering your portfolio, the first part of your portfolio, which will be revised by me, and also revised by your peers, so that you can improve it and include, of course, everything that we're going to see ahead for the final delivery of the portfolio. So the next big theme before our next big theme will be the alternative field experience and holidays that we will have in the months of November and December. And when we come back in January, we will start with multimodal text and semiotic systems. It will be our third main theme, and it's my favorite because it's all about media representation and how we represent meanings through different modes of representation. So that will be weeks 7 and 8, and your self-evaluations will be due at the midpoint of the course, which is in January 8th. And you will have an opportunity here not only of critically evaluating what you've done through the course, but also your plans for the rest of the road. So the next big theme will be classroom practices. We will devote a week there, and it's all about how to enact the concept of multiliteracies. If you see this roadmap, we have been going through the process of planning, the process of evaluating text, and now we are in the process of enacting the instruction, enacting that multiliterate environment in our classrooms. And then, of course, we will have assessment and evaluation, which could be seen as the last process. Once we have done all of these nice little pyramid and road, we are going to evaluate our students. So in this framework, assessment and evaluation go through everything. So we are going to be talking about some aspects of that throughout the whole course. But in this particular week, in week 10, we will focus more on those topics. And finally, we will be putting it all together in weeks 11 and 12, because this is where you will deliver your portfolio part 2, and you will have a final evaluation from your peers. That final evaluation, that final peer evaluation is not going to be graded. It will be just an opportunity to share what we've learned and to receive some constructive feedback from your peers. So this is the roadmap. This is what we're going to be doing. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the assignments that you have for the course. So these are the assignments, and this pie chart, not a very accurate pie chart in terms of sizes and percentages, but it gives you an idea of the big chunks of the evaluation and where they are. So the big chunks are going to be in the online portfolio right here. And the online portfolio has 2 parts. So the nice thing about it is that you get to improve it and you get to build it throughout the course. And you will get a lot of feedback on that as well. And the reason why it's worth so much, because it includes all your reflections throughout the course, and also includes a component of that final project that you will be selecting. And you have 3 options for that. The first one is to create a knowledge artifact. No, in fact, the first one is to redesign a lesson plan. This is how it's set up in the syllabus, of course. Redesign a lesson plan that you may have used before, and using the knowledge processes of multiliteracies, you're going to be redesigning it, including all these presets of multiliteracies. The other option for assignment is to create a learning environment. This option we included it this year because we believe that for this year is so important that students, the teacher candidates, are able to create an online learning space, because it's what teachers had to do this year in a mandatory way, so that you create those spaces based also in the concept of multiliteracies. And the final option for the assignment is creating a knowledge artifact for the community of teachers, something that might help them, and share some information on that. So that is why the online portfolio has a big chunk right here, if you count these two parts. And there's also a component of peer evaluation there. And the other big chunk of the grade is going to be participation. So participation is all about what you do in the weekly activities. So you are going to have 3 components there, and this is going to happen every week. You're going to be doing 1 reading in perusal, and that reading it requires you to interact, maybe post some comments, maybe reply to your peers, reply to my prompts. It's showing your thoughts as you do the reading. The other thing is viewing the weekly voice thread. That's where I talk a little bit about the topics, and I put all the elements together, all the elements from the readings and from all the weeks. I put them together so that you can have a global view of everything that we are seeing. And the third thing, oh, and I should say that for that voice thread, I choose voice thread because it's not just a static video. You can add comments, questions, and of course I will be adding some prompts throughout the video so that you can participate and give voice in these activities. And the other thing will be participating in group activities. So every week there will either be a synced ed talk or an asynchronous activity where you will work either individually or in groups. So you will have that component. If I do a synced ed talk, I won't do a synchronous activity, an asynchronous activity, sorry. And I should say that as a requirement for me, this is something that I decided, is that I want you to attend to at least 3 of the 5 synced ed talks, and the dates for that are in OWL. So those will be the biggest chunks, and you have another 10% over here, which is the self-evaluation that you'll be doing mid-course. And the first week we're going to be deciding on the criteria of the self-evaluation. So these will be the assignments. I hope that you get a clearer view of what this course is going to be all about. And I'll see you around. If you have any questions or comments, please post them in OWL. Bye.